Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Night Cryptids and Conspiracies. Tonight, we're going to basically talk about one of the biggest conspiracy theories of recent memory. Uh, and it's probably the one particular philosophy that has done the most to change the planet in the last 10 years or so and with a lot of negative results. And so but the people are like, the ends justify the means. And so tonight we're going to talk about the ends and the means. And is it a hoax? If it's a hoax, then there's some conclusions that are we're going to have to make that are pretty dark. But to bring on somebody to help me, the only one that showed up tonight again, but it's this gentleman right here.
If it's no Scottish, it's crap!
Hello. Good evening,
Welcome
everyone.
to the show, my friend. Hey.
Yeah, I mean, I have no life. I have no life and nothing else to do, so I just thought I'd just jump in, you know?
Well, either that or you actually follow through on your commitments. That's a possibility, too.
I have been known to on occasion.
Hey, welcome, John's Lone Box.
What? All right, John. Hello.
And Creators Outlet. Hey, Will.
Hello.
He's already saying. He's already calling it. He's already calling it.
That was definitely not a dig at anyone who hasn't shown up at all. So totally not.
No, absolutely not. Nobody that has
we wouldn't do that
for 3 weeks now. Not for 3 weeks now. Chosen to go elsewhere. And Abby. So who Abby's Abby. We know he's coming when he shows up. So there you go. But he's kind of mercurial that way.
Yeah,
mercurial that way. Not really. I just
okay,
all sorts of bad things upon them for leaving us.
How dare you abandon the show? How dare you? I did it wrong. How dare you?
Vitally important. Anyway. John's fulfilling his comic book. He's listening to us tonight, fulfilling his orders. Awesome. Hopefully one of them is mine. That is a book I've got coming. So there we go. Anyway, so tonight we're going to talk about a little thing. Let's say global warming. Was it global warming? No. Global cooling. Was it global cooling? No. Greenhouse. Was it greenhouse effect? No. Hole in the ozone. Was it hole in the ozone? No. What?
The acid rain. You're forgetting the acid rain. Remember the acid
I forgot
rain?
Acid rain.
I was going to melt everything. We were all going to die. Oh,
yeah, we're all going to die horribly. Burning our skin off.
Yeah.
So, what is it called these days? What do they call it these days? Climate change. That's it. Climate change. That's what they're calling it now.
Wow.
That's right. Anyway,
in the
so that way they can come.
In the classic words of Billy Connolly, it has to be climate change, right? I bet they were up all fucking night thinking that one out there.
Well, they had to like get something flexible enough that if the world cools, then they're covered. If it warms it, they're covered. So anyway, tonight we're going to talk about the kind of climate change that's heating. The heating. The one. That's the one. Right. That's what we're on right now. So to make sure I dot every I and cross every T, I'm going to play some videos that they put out to prove their point. And we're going to see if we notice anything in common with the way they're making their point. So,
okay.
All right, let's start with this video right here.
3 degrees. It can be the difference between snow and sleet, wearing a jacket or not. In your day-to-day life, it may not seem significant, but 3 degrees of global warming would be catastrophic.
Heat waves, droughts, extreme precipitation, even fire. 3 degrees of warming is really disastrous.
The scary thing is, the world is well on its way there. Since the Industrial Revolution, the Earth has warmed between 1.1 and 1.3 degrees Celsius.
This is a problem that babies you pass in the street will have to live with.
Children born today are up to 7 times more likely to face extreme weather than their grandparents. If global temperatures do rise by 3 degrees, what would their world look like? Rising sea levels, desertification. Hollywood has always enjoyed imagining the end of the world. While blockbusters like this are clearly fiction, this film will show the scenario we all face, unless more drastic measures are taken to stop burning fossil fuels. In some parts of the world, the effects of inaction are already clear. The slums of Bangladesh's capital are filling up with climate migrants. Minara comes from Bola district, an area in southern Bangladesh. There, like many other parts of the country, rivers swollen by heavier rain and melting Himalayan glaciers are washing away people's homes. Many, like her, have lost everything.
বোলার বাড়ি তো জায়গা জমিনের শেষ ছিল না, অনেক জায়গা জমিন ছিল, অনেক ফসলের জমিন ছিল, বাড়ির জায়গা অনেক ছিল, বাড়িতে অনেক ফলমূল গাছ বিভিন্ন ধরনের অনেক কিছু ছিল, সব কিছু নিজের গাছের জিনিস মানে খেতে পারতাম। এখন তো আর ওগুলা খাইতে পারে না, ওগুলো তো নাই, নদী 3 ভাঙা দেওয়ার পরে ঢাকা চলে আইতে হয়েছে। বাড়িতে থেকে তো অনেক আরাম ছিলাম, মানে খুবই খারাপ লাগতো, মানে সহ্য করার মতো না, ঘর দুয়ার ভাঙ্গা নিয়ে চলে যাওয়ার মতো টাইম ছিল না।
1.1 to 1.3 degrees of global warming has already transformed Minara's life. It's one of the reasons why so many migrants like her are moving to the city each year. Nearly 400,000 according to the last estimate. And climate models show there could be much worse to come.
Well, there you go.
Oh no!
Rising sea level.
Oh wow!
Rising sea levels. Scary.
And all that off of 3 degrees. 3 degrees. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I could go to my thermostat right now and flip it over to heat, and it would be 3 degrees in less than 10 minutes. So 3 degrees is kind of minuscule.
It is. In the grand
but evidently it's the end of the world as we know it, climate-wise. So
well, I mean, you know, a 3 degrees, a 3 degree is increase in Scotland is a godsend. You know that. It's always bloody freezing here.
Yeah, 3 degrees in Scotland's like summer. It's summer.
Oh yes.
Oh no, it's burning out here. I gotta wear like one sweater instead of 2.
Did you see that?
Anyway.
I can't remember when it was. It's maybe a few years ago, but I posted a picture of myself with sunglasses in the middle of the day inside, and I says, "When in Scotland the climate change gets too much," and I'm like this. I couldn't help it.
Well, so you all right, you ready for more, ready to be like completely totally, terrified, a little bit more.
Okay,
so, let's play part 2.
You're not going to play the Last Jedi, are you?
Here we go. No, I'm not. Nothing that fun. Or horrific. Anyway. All right, less horrific, but anyway. All right, so prepare to be terrified. Let me play part 2. Here we go. Is it playing?
No.
It's not playing. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
That is terrifying.
Well, incompetence is always fun. All right, here we go.
Climate scientist Yuri Rogol has spent the last 10 years modeling future climate scenarios for the United Nations.
The models we use to carry out this exercise really represent the state of the art of our current knowledge of climate change and where we are heading.
Yuri's projections use data collected by hundreds of scientists around the world.
Here, this is the 3-degree level, and so there is at least a 1 in 4 chance that under current policies we would hit 3 degrees by the end of the century.
This is just one of the scenarios Yuri looks at. Another one imagines that all policy promises are kept. The most optimistic assumes that all promises have been kept and net zero targets are met.
Where our best estimate ends up around 2 degrees at the end of the century, there is still a 1 in 20 chance that we end up with 3 degrees instead. One wouldn't be entering a plane if there is a 1 in 20 chance that the plane will crash.
A rise of 3 degrees would affect everyone. Even wealthy cities and rich countries wouldn't be immune to the consequences. European capitals like Paris and
Well, I mean, that was centered in London, so who cares?
Well, let me point out, he starts out like 1 in 4, okay?
Right.
Then he goes to 1 in 5, and then he goes to, well, you wouldn't fly a plane if there's 1 in 20 chances that the plane's going to crash. I mean, did you notice the data he skewed? And by the way, he was wearing a mask. Dude was wearing a mask. I mean, I was like when I watched that earlier, I was like, this is like if you like climate change nut job and in an AI, this guy's face would pop out. I mean,
well, that's it, isn't it? They're on about the net zero targets. It's going to be great. I mean, I can't wait until the Earth reaches that 0.2 carbon dioxide and people just start dropping like flies. It's going to be great.
Okay. All right. Well, John's evidently convinced that if we go 5 degrees down, we'll be in an ice age. So anyway, all right, John. I hear you. Let's see, but we need to address the solar output is changing. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So we have a climate change believer in the audience. Wow. Here we go. Well, he does live in New York, so it is what it is.
Of course, the thing with the thing with the climate change is, I can see a difference in our weather. And an example that I've used before is in the 1980s, we used to get quite a bit of snow at winter time. Now we don't get any, or very little. It's just not the same. So something
right
is happening. So something.
Mm-hmm. Mars, Jupiter, Mercury, and Pluto are all heating up. Okay.
Right.
All right. I got you. Well, Revelations, there's a lot of language about how the Earth is going to like heat up. So, as we start heading towards things happening like wormwood's going to come out of the sky and poison the waters and blah blah blah. A lot of bad stuff. And the world heating is part of that.
I
So
want to build snowman. I want to build snowman.
Yeah. Now you want to build a snowman? Oh, okay. Well, I'm sorry. That might not happen this year. Anyway, so
I believe
magnetic poles are moving.
Yeah,
oh,
I heard
okay.
that. I heard that as well.
Yeah.
I've heard that mentioned.
Gotcha.
There was also a thing. I can't remember what it was, but there was this thing that NASA was on about. It's like it's like waves in an orbit or something. I think that can alter the orbit of the Earth or change the axis or something. So that might explain some of it. Which would thereby mean it's nothing we can do. If it's waves in outer space, it's nothing we can do about that.
Well, I think the issue that I run into is not that climate change may or may not exist. It's that what they're doing with the whatever this is, and this could be something that could be explained by climate drift, which has been happening on this planet for since its inception. So climate is always changing. Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's the way it's being. Well, it's the way it's being weaponized. I think that really bothers me. Point is, there's nothing we can do, right? The climate's always changing, right?
Oh no!
Well,
no! Let's tax it.
Well, speaking of that, let me play the Paris Agreement.
Okay.
And this is what they're doing with this crisis that they're talking about. Anyway, here we go.
The world is facing a climate emergency. The Earth's temperature has already increased by 1 degree Celsius above pre-industrial levels. And this is causing severe impacts on water supplies, biodiversity, oceans, food production, and extreme climatic events. At the Paris Climate Conference in December of 2015, 195 countries reached agreement on the first truly global agreement to control greenhouse gas emissions and confront the impacts of climate change. The countries agreed to hold temperature increase to well below 2 degrees and to make efforts to stay below 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels. The emission reductions goals that countries presented so far would allow for a global average temperature increase of at least 2.7 degrees, with potentially catastrophic impacts. The new global agreement includes national targets for 2025 or 2030 for most countries. In 2018 and every 5 years thereafter, there will be a review of what has been achieved by then, along with the future targets and proposed measures. This process will give countries an opportunity to increase their efforts and put forward stronger targets and actions. A climate movement is building around the world and being led by different actors from civil society, business, and faith groups. They are demanding climate justice and greater action for a low-carbon future and a safe climate. This movement will continue to call on global leaders to build on the work started in Paris. You can be part of this movement. Become informed, live a sustainable lifestyle, discuss climate change with your family, friends, and colleagues, and demand action from decision makers in your country. The climate and the quality of life and prosperity depend on it. Be part of the solution.
So climate justice. Okay. All right. Brought to you by people who fly around the people. Brought to you by people who fly around. Go ahead.
That's all very well. Are they going to impose this climate justice on the likes of Russia and China, who are doing fuck all about climate change?
No, because they're considered third world emerging nations, so they're immune from it, including India.
Yeah,
By the way,
it's quite India as well. That's quite ironic considering they've got the biggest emissions and carbon footprint.
Right, exactly. Whenever I meet whenever I meet somebody who believes in man-made climate change, I can see a dull flicker in their eyes. I'm sure there's someone in there.
Hello, McFly. Think.
Well, that's my PFP sensor. Oh, I don't know. Doesn't France have nuclear reactors? They do, but they shut them down. They shut them down. Germany also. This is disgusting. Are you guys anti-LGBTQ plus two? Not necessarily. I don't know what climate has to do with whether I'm for or against somebody banging somebody in the butt. But it is what it is. I'm not sure how those two. I'm not sure how those two line up. The poor nukes. Okay. Well, nuclear power is actually the lowest emission power source out there. It's also the one with the lowest failure record, and actually the safest. I've seen the data, but
it's a lot cleaner,
look deeper
these days.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're talking about doing. They found a way to make smaller nuclear reactors, and they can chain them together to form instead of having one massive one that's like one area of failure that can irradiate, kind of like Chernobyl. They talk about smaller ones. The Navy has over 1,000 reactors and not one accident. Well, there was one way back at the beginning, but that turned out to be a failure of the people running it. So go ahead.
You don't really hear a lot about Navy reactor failures that much, and other sort of things like that.
No, you do not.
A lot. No. I don't know if that means they just don't get reported, but who knows?
Well, considering how many there are, I think it would be kind of hard to put a lid on it if there was an issue.
I guess.
Considering that most of the submarines have them.
Oh yeah, they do now. Yeah, they have for ages.
Yeah, most of them they don't have batteries; they have nuclear reactors on board.
Oh
yeah, and so they put a bunch of soldiers in a cigar and sink them below the ocean, sometimes 300 fathoms down, and bring them back up. And so if there was like a radiation happening and if it were not safe, then I would imagine that there'd be more sailors going like, nope, not doing that.
No.
But anyway, so let's talk about. I think we've kind of made the case that I believe we kind of outlined their case, haven't we? Do I need to play anything more, or can we go into the other side of it?
Let's go to
the
other side.
Okay, all right. So let's talk about the other side of things. Now, this Paris Accord. The flaws are pretty numerous in that the biggest problem, the biggest villains when it comes to CO2 emissions are not included in the Paris Accords. That is India and China, who are pretty blatant. No, of course not. They're pretty blatant about their abuses, and it's just the developed countries, the European countries that are getting it. See, nuclear engineer of the 70s saying radioactive material is harmless and would submerge himself in it to prove it. Said it's a scam to get rid of the waste and also protect all being main injured. Oh, okay. The big money is a waste disposal. Okay, gotcha. Well, thank you for that information, my friend. So let me see here. Now the biggest climate change acolyte. It's been all over the world. It's been, just sinking billions of his own money. Of his own money
You're talking about this. You're talking about the savior of the universe, aren't you?
The savior of the planet, namely Bill Gates. So, Dr. Evil himself. He had a very interesting flip the other day. So let me play that.
Reporting in Washington, I'm Matt Gelka for the National News Desk, America's News Now.
All right, Matt, thank you very much. Developing this morning, a new controversy erupting on the far left. One of the most vocal climate change activists now says we need to forget focusing on green energy and stop investing in expensive and questionable efforts for, quote, zero carbon emissions. In an essay, billionaire Bill Gates argues climate change is not going to wipe out humanity and says all the money that was spent to try and get rid of fossil fuels has essentially been wasted. Instead, he says that money could go toward fighting world hunger and preventing life-threatening diseases. Gates' essay does come ahead of next month's Global Climate Change Summit and has caused a firestorm on social media. A post from one user that's gone viral states, "This is a huge victory. Bill Gates and the climate change alarmists are finally admitting humans will be just fine. Truth tellers were demonized for years for saying the extremism was unwarranted. But even with massive censorship, the data keeps proving that human activity isn't causing the planet to combust."
So,
wait, is he the good guy now?
No, he's never the good guy. That just means his evil has pivoted away. His evil has pivoted to a new direction. It doesn't mean that he's not still evil. So evidently, they're no longer, the evil is no longer aimed at cause the climate change thing. Now the evil is pointed in a new direction. So, but I think it's very fascinating.
Probably.
Yeah, John's right. Yeah, he's just moving to a new scheme.
Yeah.
Just moving to a new scheme. It's the Joker. The Joker occasionally would switch things up and go in a different direction. So does Bill Gates. Now, while this was going on, some very interesting, experts kind of were marginalized and attempted to be debunked or discredited. One of them was the founder of the Weather Channel, the number one weather news source on the planet. And this guy was like a founder of it. And he went on Brian Stelter because Brian Stelter was smearing him. And he went on to debunk some of the allegations that little Bri was making about him. So this is pretty amusing. Anything that makes Brian Stelter squirm is amusing for me. But here you go.
I resent you calling me a denier. That is a word meant to put me down. I'm a skeptic about climate change, and I want to make it darn clear, Mr. Kenny's not a scientist. I am. He's the CEO of the Weather Channel now. I was the founder of the Weather Channel, not the co-founder.
And I'm glad you did, because I am addicted to the Weather Channel. I watch a lot of cable news.
Now, hold on just a minute. I'm not done. And CNN has taken a very strong position on global warming that it is a consensus. Well, there is no consensus in science. Science isn't a vote. Science is about facts. And if you get down to the hard, cold facts, there's no question about it. Climate change is not happening. There is no significant man-made global warming now. There hasn't been any in the past, and there's no reason to expect any in the future. There's a whole lot of baloney, and yes, it has become a big political point of the Democratic Party and part of their platform, and I regret it's become political instead of scientific. But the science is on my side.
I don't think we're going to come to a conclusion about the topic right here. What I do wonder,
I know
though, is
we're
when
not,
you
because
see
you wouldn't allow it to happen on CNN. But I'm happy that I got on the
we've
air
been
and got a
talking here for
chance to
several
talk
minutes.
to your viewers. Hello, everybody. There is no global warming.
What I do wonder is when you see the government, when you see NASA, when you see other institutions say that 97% of climate scientists agree, do you think they're making it up? What I don't understand is how you
Well,
square that.
that's a manipulated figure, and let me explain it to you. The government puts out about $2.5 billion directly for climate research every year. It only gives that money to scientists who will produce scientific results that support the global warming hypothesis of the Democrat Party position. So they don't have any choice. If you're going to get the money, you got to support their position. Therefore, 97% of the scientific reports published support global warming. Why? Because those are the ones the government pays for, and that's where the money is. It's real simple, but that doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't make it true. That only makes it bought and paid for. The money goes in circles.
I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to try to refute you
Boy,
on
that's
the facts.
the truth.
I'll simply say that the vast
please stand
majority...
back from this issue and let the two sides be on the air. There are 31,000 scientists who have signed a petition that says it is not valid, that my position is correct, and we'll keep battling, and we will prevail in time.
He says, well, I'm not a scientist. He's like, yeah, of course you're not a scientist. I am.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
We brought up a wee list earlier of, the polar ice caps are going to melt and it's going to flood the earth, and the greenhouse gases were killing the ozone layer. There was the acid rain and those kind of things. Have you ever heard, right, on the news or the government saying, congratulations, guys, we thwarted that? Or, oh, we got it wrong? Because I haven't.
Well, considering a former vice president made himself a multimillionaire off of a filtration company that he bought after he put out a climate change movie called The Inconvenient Truth, which was, by the way, given an Oscar. And oh, by the way, he got a Nobel Prize for putting it out. And then none of his predictions, none of them came true. And then he puts out a follow-up video that says, well, our predictions are right, but we got the timeline wrong. But this is still going to happen. And the second time, the second movie, nobody went and saw it, nobody bought it, and no Oscar and no Nobel Prize. So evidently they're trying to forget that it happened now.
Right.
But yeah, it happened. It's called An Inconvenient Truth, and it's hilarious. Anyway, let me see here. You should talk about DNA and IQ next. There you go.
Deoxyribonucleic
well,
acid.
the thing about it is, though, is oh, look at you. Can you spell it though? Can you spell it? No.
Probably not. No.
Okay.
Hey,
anyway.
I've seen G.I. Joe. I know these things.
No, probably not. There you go.
G.I. Joe.
Well,
G.I. Joe,
but the thing that they do,
G.I. Joe, Rise of Serpentor. That's how I know what DNA is. How could you not?
There you go. There you go. Well, I learned it. I learned it from Jurassic Park myself.
Right.
Just so you
Nice.
know. Anyway.
Just as good.
Yeah, I learned from Jurassic Park. But anyway, not for school or anything. But anyway, so this is what happens over and over again. You see this. So the WEF decides that they want something to happen. Okay, they need mass migration. They need power. to control the energy production in the world, and they need certain realities to take place for their overarching plan to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, and so all these governments agree to and suddenly climate change is everywhere, and we got that little mongoloid standing in front of the United Nations going, "How dare you! How dare you!" Anyway, and then I apologize to Down syndrome children for smearing you like that. But anyway, so basically, what happens is the governments are like paying these scientists to perform all these experiments with this data set that as the result. So they pay for the data set, and the scientists give them that data set, and they pay them handsomely through grants. Okay.
Yeah.
And then the news people, right? Then the news people who are all about like appeal to the experts, appeal to experts. Experts say this. Who are we? I'm not a scientist. I'm not a scientist. And this guy's like, well, I am a scientist. And here's 30,000 scientists that have signed on and said this is bunk. And yet, Bri over here is going like, well, I'm not a scientist. I'm not going to dispute scientists. Well, he's a scientist. He said 30,000 of them that signed on to this. And he's like, well, I'm going to go with these scientists over here because they're more politically, advantageous. And so, okay, so is it science or is it not science? Because science is definitive.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so anyway, right. Scientists is like, science is facts, and facts don't change.
No.
And so if your facts change depending on who interprets them, then maybe they're not facts. Hi, folks. Not Brian.
All right,
hey,
Brian. How's it going?
Good to see you. Good to see you.
How's the climate change? How are the climate change affecting Glasgow?
There you go.
There you go.
So okay, so we're going to talk about experts. Okay, so Bri is all about the experts. So here's an expert, and he's going to tell you exactly what's going on with climate change. Okay. So here you go.
Medieval warm period was from 900 to about 1300 AD. Then you had the Roman warming period around 0 AD. Peer-reviewed studies, geologic records, and all the studies have shown that we have actually cooled since the Roman warming period and likely since the medieval warming period to current. In other words, we were up here warm in the Roman warming period, then we cooled a little bit, then we warmed in the medieval warm period, then we went to a little ice age, and now we're back up. Not quite where we were in the medieval warm period. The first United Nations climate report, 1990, showed a massive medieval warm period, and then it goes down, and we still weren't at that same temperature. That was untenable. So what happened? We actually had the scientists testify in the United States Senate. He got a call from a colleague who said, we have to get rid of the medieval warm period. These were UN-affiliated academic scientists. Guess what? By year 2000, they got rid of the medieval warm period. They erased it. They went back and they said, we've looked at everything and it no longer existed. They showed a flat line and then the 20th century, a big hockey stick. That's what they did. And then I have a whole chapter devoted into my book on the con that was erasing the past. But they've done it before. Climate skeptics made hay out of the almost 20-year pause in global warming. What does the federal government do? NOAA scientists. Tired of this. They're sick of it. They have satellite data. The temperature's not going up. They're frustrated. They're angry. It's ruining. Right before the UN Paris Agreement in November 2015, NOAA, federal agency, scientist comes out. They called it the Pause Buster Study. They said, you know what? We've redone the numbers. We've looked at the past. We did it wrong. And here's the new data. There was no global warming pause. My favorite quote to sum this up, the whole climate debate, is there are literally hundreds of factors that influence the climate. Carbon dioxide is not the control knob. The idea that humans can tweak one variable among hundreds of factors, from tilt of the Earth's axis to water vapor to methane to clouds to volcanoes to ocean cycles, etc. One selected factor, the human contribution to CO2, which is microscopic of the whole CO2, natural CO2, and think we can come out and control the climate with that, The scientists called it scientific nonsense. And that's the bottom line. If we faced a climate catastrophe, you would not want to centrally plan. You would not want to empower the United Nations. You would not want to stifle technology. You would not want government picking winners and losers in energy technologies. You would want to unleash the free market system. The day someone could walk into Walmart and buy, alternative energy, if you could go in and buy not a windmill, but a solar panel, put it on your roof, get off the grid, that's the day you don't have to worry about any fossil fuel debate or anything going on. But you'd want people to be wealthier, more prosperous, technological advancements, and none of that is what they're proposing. The Green New Deal is all about masterminding everything in central planning. And that's what's frightening, is that if we actually faced it, their solutions would be the exact wrong way to go. Thank God we don't face it. But if we did, not only would they have no impact on the climate, but it would take us down a completely dark, anti-human road of crushing development, seniors, poor people, fixed income, paying much more percentage of their income for energy to do absolutely nothing for the climate.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty definitive. Not Brian. Nick Kroll, I don't know if climate change is real or not, but why the F did I have to chase a dirty big Denny Longlegs about my kitchen in November?
No, Brian, I kid you not, I saw one in our kitchen yesterday or the day before, and it's maybe the first one I've seen all year.
Well, there you go.
It's like an insect with big long legs. In case you don't know what
we call them daddy long legs here. So
yeah, we call them daddy long legs sometimes as well. So
right. Well,
yeah.
So that's one of them things. Anyway, actually, I was down in the basement and I looked up and a stink bug was like in the web of a spider, and the spider was just about to wrap him up, and the stink bug got loose, and I was like, "Damn it!" I was rooting for the spider, but anyway.
Right.
So I killed them both, of course. But anyway, but circle of life. Anyway, so Bri, he likes his scientists to be scientists, and so we got to respect the science, right? We got to respect the scientists. Okay. Now, so who is more like in the level of scientist? Who do we respect the most? We respect pretty much NASA, I would say.
Well, we're supposed to.
Yeah,
They're kind of a big deal.
Kind of, yeah. And they took us to the freaking moon, so I think it might have a few scientists there.
A couple.
So, so what does NASA say about? Well, at least this particular man in NASA who was later fired for daring to say this by the previous administration.
Really?
But yeah, but so this is a nice NASA scientist has said, somebody who pays attention to the other direction, not just necessarily the Earth, but from outside looking onto the Earth. So
hundreds of world leaders and climate change experts are descending on Copenhagen to try to come up with a new pact to slow global warming. And thousands of protesters across Europe today were trying to send them a message. It's time to stop talking and make a deal. But reaching that deal has now been complicated by what's being called ClimateGate, a string of hacked private emails between global climate change scientists in the U.S. and Europe, which have cast doubts on the very science this summit is based on. The emails seem to show that some of the world's top experts decided to exclude or manipulate some research that didn't help prove global warming exists. 1998 was the hottest year since record-keeping began, but the temperature went down the next year, and it's only spiked a couple of times since. An email from 1999 shows scientists worked hard to demonstrate an upward trend. They talk of using a trick to hide the decline in global temperatures. It worked like this. When temperature readings gathered from studying tree rings showed what looked like a decline in temperatures from the 1980s to the present, the scientists added in measurements taken later by more modern instruments, which gave them the answer they wanted. The scientists say the emails are being misinterpreted.
A lot of charges have been made that I think are quite unjustified, cherry-picking information and not of taking it quite out of context and misrepresenting what it's actually saying.
Senator James Inhofe, a climate change skeptic, says the emails prove the global warming threat is exaggerated. He wants a congressional investigation.
We're relying upon that science for a bunch of stuff that we would be doing that would lose a lot of jobs and really affect Americans. I do believe that an investigation would show that they have clearly manipulated the data.
The official U.S. position hasn't changed, that climate change is real and needs to be addressed.
Climate change is happening. I don't think that's anything that is, quite frankly, among most people in dispute anymore.
Two major carbon producers, India and China, agree. They just announced they'll set goals to lower their carbon emissions. Though the U.S. Congress hasn't agreed on an American plan to lower emissions, President Obama's visit to Copenhagen at the end of the meeting instead of the beginning as originally planned is being taken as a positive sign.
As President Obama said, he will come to Copenhagen if a deal is feasible. And I have always said, and we have in the United Nations said, that while nothing is guaranteed, the world is ready for a deal.
But the leaked memos have given ammunition to critics of climate change. So climate change supporters fear Copenhagen may only produce the framework for an agreement that then will be passed on to next year. Jeff?
All right, Kimberly Dozier from our Washington Bureau tonight. Kimberly, thank you.
Well.
That wasn't the NASA guy. I might not have gotten that uploaded. But anyway, so that was that was pretty early on. This climate change thing when Obama started touting it. And
right.
Remember Obama was like he was like, well, this is the danger of the world. It's not like terrorism. It's not this or that. It's climate change. He started saying, well, this is the biggest problem that America has, or that the world has. The world needs to address this, you know. And then he bought a beachfront property in Martha's Vineyard.
It's funny, isn't it? You know, you've got all of the people buying beachfront property. This is the thing. Something, I can't remember where I heard this, but it was quite funny. It's just like, if there was any threat of the seas rising, there is no way that you would get a bloody bank loan for beachfront property because they would never get their money back. I forget where I heard that, but it was quite funny.
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. All right. Doesn't look like I have the NASA guy downloaded. So.
Oh well.
Alas. You just got to look him up. But basically, so what we got here is we've got like the climate change people who are saying that 3 degrees and the world's going to boil. We're going to have all the crops going to burn up. There's going to be droughts. There's going to be disasters, and there's mass migration because of this thing, which just happens to benefit, you know, the takeover of European governments, this mass migration, which we're seeing going on in most of the European governments. And it also seems to benefit the people who want to destroy energy production. Right. And it also seems to benefit people who are getting billions and billions and billions of dollars in grants. You know, basically have money thrown at them if they just say that climate change is a thing. Yeah. We're seeing death panels pop up because the national health organizations in Canada and England and Netherlands have decided that because of climate change, we need to lower the amount of humans carbon footprints on the planet, and so we need to murder more humans.
That would do it, yeah.
Which is I'm not exaggerating. That's literally what they're saying. We need less humans, and and our medical system seems to now not be about treating more along the lines of euthanizing people. My dear friend, I just saw that with my dear friend, where he got pneumonia in both of his lungs, and they're like, "Oh, well, I guess we can't drain his lungs; they'll just fill right back up. We might as well put him in hospice and put him to sleep."
Right.
And I didn't have medical. I didn't have power of medical refusal, so I had to watch it happen. But but you're seeing this climate change is affecting everything. It's affecting policy. It's affecting energy production. People are freezing to death over winters because they're shutting plants down.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this is it's insanity.
And we're also combating the cost of living going up as well, which isn't helping.
No, power production's gone through the roof. And in America, and when you look at what China and India are doing, they're supposedly, agreeing to lower their carbon footprint.
Yeah.
But they're agreeing years and years and years down the road from anybody else.
Yeah.
We'll address this, but because we're a emerging third world nation, we can't do it right now, but we will get to it.
It would be effectively playing catch up.
Right. And meanwhile, China is building power plants everywhere that they can stick a power plant to win the AI power race.
Oh yeah.
And so that's happening.
I don't know if there's any truth to this, but a pal of mine was on about a theory that he had heard that solar panels and the fact that they are reflecting so much light back outwards, it might actually be damaging the ozone layer. I don't know if that's true. He's not sure if it was true. It was just something he heard.
Well, I do know that most of the solar panels are made in China, and they have discovered that China can shut them down remotely.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. That's happened in Europe.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, most of the solar panels are made in China, and China evidently has maintained a kill switch in the solar panels.
Of course they would.
And also the turbines that are being shoved into the Jersey Shore and ruining the site and everything over there. And they deteriorate fast, and they're useless within 12 years. Yeah, and most of them are being made in. Yeah.
And let's not forget about the wind farms that need to be powered up by petrol generators.
Yes. Yes, they do. Yeah, they have petrol generators on these wind farms.
I know, when they get too cold. But they're useless as well, because if the wind's too strong, they can't put them on.
No. Well, it's like Donegal, that really big music festival. They had like a climate change emphasis a few years back.
Right.
One of their keynote speakers was the little mongoloid. From Sweden, and funny thing is, she got up there and they booed her, which is hilarious. But they made an effort to have power generators for electric vehicles.
Oh gosh!
And yet the power generators were powered by diesel engines.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've seen running diesel engines.
I've seen the like the videos of you've got like electric car
Yeah.
charging, and then round the corner there's a big diesel generator.
Yeah.
If people broke,
Yeah.
I think it was like the
Yeah.
AA, they've stopped doing it now, I think, but at the time they actually would do call outs for people's cars who broke down, and what they had to do was basically go out with a mobile diesel generator to get the electric car started again or something like that. I saw a video on it.
Yeah. Yeah, they
I
have
think
to
they've stopped that
they have
now.
to like give them an emergency charge. Yeah.
Yeah, they might have stopped that. I'm not sure, but they were doing it for a while.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, okay, if there is a global warming, if they are right, then we're pretty much doomed anyway, because according to the data that they keep putting forward, the fact that humanity exists, the fact that humanity is moving forward with any kind of technology, the only way that you can reverse the data sets that they're touting is if you wipe humanity off the planet, or you take humanity back down to the studs and essentially put them in containers where they are completely, totally at the mercy of completely off the grid, and everything about them is controlled, which has been proposed.
I'm sure they'd love that.
Yeah. Remember, you will own nothing and you will be happy about it. Remember that?
Yes.
Well, the thing overarching that they claim that's like their goal is the lower carbon emissions.
Right.
And anytime you're talking about carbon emissions, you're talking about climate change. This climate change thing.
And
So,
when they say they want to reduce the carbon, they mean us.
They mean you.
Yes, because we are carbon-based life forms.
We are carbon-based life forms, and
Yes.
oh, by the way, CO2 produced by us breathing, it's minuscule compared to the CO2 of a jumbo jet, and yet the same people who are claiming that we've got to get our emissions down are flying all over the world to make speeches about getting emissions down on these jets.
Yeah, but they don't mean them, do they?
They don't mean them. No, they don't mean them.
Just us, the little people.
We're the elites are going to be fine. They're going to be they're going to be absolutely fine. So anyway, so let's go ahead and do our vote. I'm sure we're probably going to get some trolls that are going to be all for climate change or something, but hopefully not. We'll find out. So let me see what the vote is right quick. So I'm into the poll now. So what are the results here? Well, okay, debunked. Climate change is a hoax is debunked. That's one. There's 4 votes, so 2 votes for debunked. That climate change is debunked. Or that climate change being a hoax is debunked. Confirmed, it is a hoax is 2. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they understood that what they were saying by debunked is that the fact that it's a hoax is debunked. I think they probably meant that they probably thought that they were saying that climate change is a hoax. It is a hoax, that it is debunked.
Right.
So that might have been confusing. So
maybe.
So I'm gonna assume people are maybe not. Maybe they're just trolls. It's possible. But I voted wrong. I thought Yeah, that's on me, John. So that indeed did happen at least once. So we're gonna move you over to hold on. Yeah, so John voted wrong, so we're gonna move him over to confirmed. It is a hoax.
Right.
My fault, John. I didn't really make that clear. So yeah, hold on. So that's 3-1. Now the other person probably thought the same thing, that they were saying that that is a hoax.
Possibly, yeah.
But it doesn't matter because we've got 3-4, one against, one saying that climate change is real, 3 saying it's a hoax, and on the panel here, we got one more with me. It is definitely confirmed it's a hoax. Definitely confirmed it's a hoax for me. So I'm not going to speak for my friend here, but definitely confirmed it's a hoax. So that's 4-1. So what do you say, Mr. Barab?
There's just a slight problem, and again that's maybe just the wording of the question. Do I believe that the narrative, the climate change narrative, is a hoax? Absolutely.
Okay.
Do I believe that there's something happening? Yeah, something. So I'm not really sure how to chalk that up, to be brutally honest. I believe that the government are full of shit. You know what I mean?
So you think okay. So what you think is climate change is happening, but you think not in the way they're saying it's happening, and not the way they're utilizing.
Yeah. It's
okay.
The guy. It was did the thing, but it said the Roman period that happened. Yeah. I do believe when the Romans were occupying England. I think it was at its highest or somewhere thereabouts when they were occupying England. So I believe it's a cycle. I believe it's like cycles and natural things. But this climate stuff that they're on about is a load of crap. So
okay,
where's that put me?
Well, I think when I meant climate change, I did mean the theory of climate change, which would be the narrative.
Right. The narrative. Okay, then. It's a load of shite. I smell shite.
Okay. So we have a confirmed. I probably need to at some point clip that lady. I definitely need to clip her sometime. I can get it, like freaking critical drinker uses her in his show like 50 times. So
he does,
it'll be easy to clip her. But anyway, so that's been I think we pretty much can say that we're confirmed here. Let me see here. Let me pull that up. So, all right, we are going to give this a confirmed. It is at least the narrative part of it is a hoax.
Yeah. Excellent.
Okay, so we are not saying what we're not saying is that we don't think that there is a climate drift that is happening naturally in the world. A part of a ecosystem that does change. But it has in the past. The only reason why we're seeing like supposedly bigger storms now is because the storms back then weren't recorded like they are now. Like there was a hurricane that wiped out Galveston, Texas. Gone. It was gone. Okay. It was a category, I can't remember, category 4, category 5, something like that. But they didn't really accurately measure it.
Of course, the other thing is they're often playing about with HAARP as well. Aren't they? So firing off those lasers and stuff like that. You just never know what they're actually doing. So
Right.
It's always that.
Right. And plus the seeding of the atmosphere through the chemtrails is probably got something to do with some of these odd weather patterns.
It's entirely possible because
there's only so much like silver iodine.
They were going to be sticking more crap into the atmosphere to blot out the sun a bit more. And that was a question I raised. I was like, well, hang on a minute, though. Is that going to affect the usage of solar panels that they were pushed on people? Which are highly unrecyclable.
Well, I think that is pretty much the plot of Snowpiercer, isn't it?
I haven't seen it.
Didn't they like to? Well, I mean, I think the Snowpiercer, they to prevent the overheating of the planet, they like launched stuff into the atmosphere to block the sun's rays, and went up creating an ice age on the planet. So I think I mean, I'm sure there's some science fiction like book out there somewhere that has that scenario in it. It's amazing how much they're just ignoring science fiction these days. Like with all this AI stuff, how many cautionary tales do we have of talking about AI run amok and taking over humanity? How many freaking movies, how many freaking books, how many freaking cartoons, how many freaking everything warning that this is not a good idea, and yet they're like, let me just go ahead and make this completely autonomous computer program.
That's the thing, isn't it? That is the thing. There are so many different works of fiction, right? That kind of point in the direction that we're going, and you have to ask this question. Now, wait a minute. Have these folk been inspired by the works of fiction, or are the works of fiction actually showing us their plan in plain sight?
That's a good question. But I mean, there's been like warnings of some of this stuff going back to like 1800s. Some of our fiction from the 1800s, talking about some of this stuff being a bad idea. And yet, it's like every once in a while you hear scientists are going like, "Oh, we're working on this," and it's like, what a bad idea! What a freaking bad idea! They're pointing out the other day that Tom Brady is talking about that he had his dog cloned, and his current puppy is a clone of his older dog, and then everybody's pointing out that he said that he gave a blood sample in, I think it was 2013 or something, and then the current quarterback, like 23 years ago, whenever that was, but the current quarterback of the New England Patriots, a guy named Drake May, looks like Tom Brady, has the same size as Tom Brady, and is showing good quarterback instincts. And so everybody's like, is that kid a clone of Tom Brady? And you're looking, it's like, it's the same size, same hair color. It looks a lot like him, enough that the father probably should ask to talk to the wife about, is Tom Brady around here around that time? Maybe we should check into that. And so, but I mean, that's the thing, it's like science fiction keeps happening, and it's like around us, and all this climate change stuff, all these things that they're proposing are just like straight out of dystopian fiction.
Oh yeah,
like the death panels and things like that. I mean, we were worried about this crap during freaking Twilight Zone. Remember the episode where they considered somebody obsolete? That librarian guy was obsolete, and so
I haven't seen the Twilight Zone. That's a show I've never seen.
You have not seen the Twilight Zone? Correct that. Correct it right now. As soon as we're off of here.
Twilight Zone, Outer Limits. I've never seen any of those. Yeah, I've heard they were pretty good.
Correct it right now. As soon as we get off of here, you are ordered to go watch Twilight Zone. You are ordered.
I'm watching
Oh,
Airwolf.
okay. Well, all right. I'll give you a pass. Anyway, after Airwolf. All right. Make it your next thing. Well, you got Roddenberry. You got all the greatest science fiction writers of the 20th century did episodes of Twilight Zone. You got to watch Twilight Zone. Trust me. Anyway, that's an order. Okay. All right, you're ordered.
On the way. I mean, I've seen that clip a ton of times.
You've seen that one? Okay.
I've seen the clip of that. There's a man out there.
Actually, John Lithgow did a better version of that in the 80s.
Was that the film?
Yeah, he did like a remake of that.
Was that like a film or something? Because they did a film.
That was in the film, yeah.
Okay.
That the cursed film that where like actors died in it, But anyway.
That's right. Was that the one with the helicopter crash? The helicopter crash?
That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one, yeah. Somebody got decapitated. So.
I believe so, yeah.
Anyway. All right, so on that lovely, wonderful, and uplifting note, that's been Cooper for Telepathic Bunny Comics here with my friend, Mr. Cruel Barab. And wherever the frig Wookie and Abby are, we have no idea. They are pretty much dead to us. Vic Morrow,
that's
John
the one.
Just brought it up. Vic Morrow is his name. The actor that was decapitated by
I knew he was
I think he was trying to save some kids.
Yeah,
it's pretty gruesome. Anyway, so it's one of the very few deaths on movie sets. They happen, but not very often. Very often at all. But wherever Abby is, screw those guys. Wookie's already told me he's not going to be here next week. Because he's got some kind of luncheon in California or something. I don't know. But you're dead to us, Wookie. You're dead. You're dead. Anyway. And wherever Abby is, hopefully he's feeling better. But we will talk to you next time. Any ideas for next week? You want to do the Nostradamus thing next week?
Okay. Yeah, my pal will be disappointed we didn't do it today.
I apologize. I forgot about it. Wookie was asking for a title because I thought he was going to be here.
Right. Okay.
And I was thinking, I just heard something about the climate change, and I was like, so next week is definitely Nostradamus. What did he get right? What did he get wrong? Go ahead.
Let us prophesize that we will do it next week.
We will definitely do it next week. Was he a prophet or did he just get lucky? I think that's the question. Anyway, we will talk to you next week. Follow White Rabbit. Have a good night. Bye, everybody. Night. Oh,
Bye.
hold on.
Hold on.
I clicked the wrong thing. Okay. Now that's the right button. Okay. Sorry. I'm not a smart man. I'm not. Anyway. All right. Night, everybody.